So what will the future of Wuthering Waves look like? Now obviously we've had a lot of different trailers, a lot of different teasers building up to the version 2.4 update, which a ton of people are super excited for. Obviously we've got a ton of new characters coming to the game, and also a ton of other stuff, which I kind of wanted to go through in this video and just talk about, and kind of talk about the fact of, what is actually going to be going on in this update, and how it could actually change the future of Wuthering Waves in general. Now, obviously, we can go to this first post saying, okay, bro, this is peak toxicity at this point. Obviously, it seems like a lot of people are not happy recently with some of the reveals that have been going on. If you saw my last video, obviously, I went through a video released by Jeff Keighley, pretty much showing off one of the exclusive sneak peeks for in-game footage of Cartethyia. It's absolutely blowing up social media. Like, let's be real. Obviously, we can see here Cartethyia, and it's got 5.5 million views and 43,000 likes, which again is great to see. And people were absolutely shocked at the sheer amount of animations that have been coming to this character and what could be actually coming to this game in the future, which is very exciting to see. Now obviously, yeah, people are not happy about this, and people have been trying to report wuwa to Bilibili and also limit the number of views and stuff, which I think is absolutely hilarious, because it seems like, Wuthering Waves are definitely doing something right. Now obviously one of the things that actually got showcased as well was pretty much some advertisement to do with some of the new characters that are coming out, including Lupa and also Cartethyia. Now obviously the Lupa one was a little bit more important here, because you can actually see there is a new place that we're going to be going to, and obviously it's even name dropped here saying the Star Gladiator of Septimont. Now Septimont is going to be the new place that we're going to. I'm guessing it's a new town, city, or whatever you want to call it, located in the rinascita kind of area, which I think is going to be absolutely amazing. And obviously, yeah, we have a slight little look at what it looks like behind here, and this isn't actually the first time Septimont has been mentioned. It's been mentioned before, and this was actually brought to me by a viewer named Cassandra, so thank you very much. Essentially, this is a screenshot from one of the stories. Obviously, Carlotta saying the Montelli family is set to break the orders suffocating, hold and lead Regana towards a wider horizon, embracing Septimont, Guanglong, and other countries, and through it all, we will never forget who we are. So obviously, yeah, Septimont, they named them as a country there, which I think is pretty interesting. So it's going to be almost like a Guanglong kind of thing, which is going to be, I don't know what's going to go on with that. But hey, it's going to be interesting to find out whenever the story actually happens, and I'm very excited to see what Septimont looks like, and how much further they can go with everything, because again, it's very exciting. Now obviously they didn't really show anything in the Cartethyia one, as Cartethyia doesn't really have anything to do with Septimont, but it does make me think that in version 2.4 we might be just about heading off over to this new area, which I think is going to be amazing. Obviously off the back of the anniversary event, which, to be fair, obviously there's been a lot of events and stuff which have been pretty decent, but we haven't had very many kind of world changing updates or anything like that, which obviously this anniversary update has provided Wuthering Waves a little bit more time to cook with it. So it's going to be exciting to see what kind of things they add. Obviously they mentioned the fact that they're a Star Gladiator of Septimont, so I wonder if there's going to be any kind of gladiator arena, kind of Colosseum type thing going on. That'd be really cool to see, and maybe we will get some kind of tournament art going on in the kind of future. I don't know, maybe, but obviously we got this post as well saying, what do you think they're cooking for version 2.4? Obviously they put a post from Wuthering Waves here saying, what happened has shown us even more clearly that Wuthering Waves accomplishments over the past years would not have been possible without our rovers, especially rovers who have been with us since the start of the journey, and we want you to know that we're planning many future versions with you in mind. So please stay tuned for more updates. Again, we deeply apologize for failing to meet the expectations of our long-time rovers, which I think this was actually in the apology for a lot of the anniversary rewards which came out, which, yeah, people have picked up on that. Now, obviously, people have actually put in the comments what kind of things they want to see coming to version 2.4. Obviously, this one's more quality of life based, which is, I'd really love it if they added a pity counter for losing 50-50 like the one that Genshin has, for example. If you lose, 3 50-50s, the fourth one is guaranteed, because, man, losing 6 times in a row really hurts. Which, again, yeah, that would actually be a really nice addition. I think having some kind of 50-50 deterrent would actually be really nice to add. Now, will they do it? I don't know. I feel like, obviously, it's probably not too good for them monetarily, but it would be good for the player base. But there's also other systems as well. We don't have to just copy Genshin Impact. Obviously, there's systems like, for example, Nikkei, which uses their ticket system, where essentially you can just keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and once you pull a certain amount of times, you get enough tickets, and then you can go and spend that ticket on whatever character you want. You can save it up for an upcoming character, you can use it on the character that's currently out, and I think that's actually a really good way of doing it. There's also many other ways of doing it as well, so I do think, you know, if we look into some pretty interesting ways to help people with their 50/50s, things like that, I think it could really help. Now, obviously, Nikkei is a little bit different in the fact that they don't have 50/50s, but, you know, I still think it's a very good idea to add like tickets where you can get like a guaranteed character. You know, obviously a fellow 0% in the 50/50 category. Now, me personally, I've never had an issue with it, but obviously I do understand that tons of people have had like tons of issues with losing, you know, back-to-back 50/50s, which is pretty insane, to be honest. So yeah, maybe adding something like that would really help. Obviously, they say true. It would be really helpful. I'm also on a losing streak of 4. This is same. I've only won 50/50 on Yinlin and Jinshi. Would be helpful. They say more player-friendly content, obviously, because yeah, they're kind of pointing towards the joke that was made on the live stream. They kept saying stuff about like more player-friendly content and ended up like giving us some pretty poor anniversary awards, which I think was quite funny. They said you misspelled payer-friendly. It said boilerplate PR response, just a bunch of words to say a whole lot of nothing, which again, I do think is kind of true. I think, you know, obviously sometimes Wuthering Waves do kind of bring out some statements saying, hey, we're going to try and improve this, this, and this, and then nothing really happens. Now, there is some cases where they do specifically go into something and they do really good. So again, it's going to be very interesting just to see. They said, nope, they said a bunch with this text. They aimed at a short time expectation of people who goes for game, pays money, and then quits, which again, I think, yeah, it's going to be interesting. This is 50 asteroid. Nope, 5 only. Another banner with 10 selectable rerun characters, which again would be kind of crazy. Obviously, you know, a lot of people were expecting a better kind of rate up or something like that could be going on instead of the banner stuff that we got for this anniversary, which would be very nice. But again, I don't think that's happening. I think a lot of people are very much focused on the kind of other aspect of the game. Obviously, there's kind of two aspects whenever you play Wuthering Waves. The gameplay aspect, whenever it comes to combat, kind of, you know, exploration, new places, new characters, and whatever. Whereas these ones, they're very much focusing on, like, you know, rewards, kind of extra things that could help them out in pulling, which I think is kind of sad that people have, like, immediately gone to that and not gone, oh, I really hope that we get this in Septimont. I really hope that we have a tournament arc or something like that. No one's really mentioned that. All they care about is the 50/50s. They care about the rewards and things like that, which, you know, the 50/50 thing, I definitely do get. It is a big issue, so I see why they brought that up. But at the same time, it is disappointing to see that no one's actually really talked about the update itself and what could actually be coming to the update. But again, you know, obviously they say, what do you think they're cooking for 2.4? I mean, yeah, I think that, you know, we're probably not going to get that many free rewards that people are expecting, because again, this is not like an anniversary version anymore. This is more of just a regular version. Now, yeah, maybe we'll get like a temple, maybe 2 temples. That'd be really nice to see. But, you know, obviously I doubt we're going to get much, especially off the back of the anniversary, which has given us quite a few rewards. Not as much as maybe people would hope to, but it's still given us more than usual, which again is going to be interesting to see if they do release any like kind of extra rewards or anything like that, because obviously people are so hung up about it and people are so focused on the fact that they want more stuff coming to the game. But yeah, overall, that is pretty much a look at what we could be seeing in version 2.4. Obviously, that's what a lot of people want. That's what people really want to see added to the game. But I'm very excited to see, you know, Septimont come into play, what it will look like, whether it will look any different from like, you know, Regana and other places like that, because it would be really nice if we have like a separate kind of culture, a separate kind of area where you could actually experiment really well with some of the characters, some of the themes, everything like that, because yeah, it's just something that, you know, would be a big switch up. Now, obviously, rinascita had a really big, you know, release whenever it comes to, you know, teasing the area in general, because they had that whole Italian kind of thing going on, which caught a lot of people's attention. So I'm hoping Septimont has a kind of similar thing, whether they go for a similar approach or whether they go for something completely different. It's going to be very interesting, but it is pretty much confirmed that we should be going there next update, or if not, it'll be 2.5. But hey, you know, obviously with Lupa there, I think, you know, it might be a little bit of a tie-in. Either, you know, they're going to kind of tell us about it and tell us that we're going to be going there, or we're going to be going straight to there for 2.4, which again is going to be very exciting. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that, you know, we're going to be going to Septimont in version 2.4? Will you be excited to go over there, or would you like to stay in Regana for a little bit longer? But yeah, let me know down in the comments, and yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to Game Sub, use my code CATO, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya!